Imagine the first light of dawn breaking over the majestic Himalayan peaks. A solitary flute begins to play, its haunting melody weaving through the morning mist. Each note a whisper of ancient magic. In that sacred moment, villagers gather believing that this ethereal sound can heal their deepest wounds and elevate their spirits to the divine. Long before science unveiled the secrets of resonance, our ancestors intuitively understood that sound is a powerful force capable of uniting hearts, healing souls, and connecting us to the very essence of the earth. In today's episode, we'll uncover the mysterious ways music influences our emotions, transforms our bodies, and taps into the unseen energies that shape our lives. Join me on this journey and discover how the sounds around you might hold the key to unlocking your true potential. Welcome back to Melodic Mysteries. Today, we explore how musical instruments don't just speak to our ears, but to every cell in our bodies. We'll journey through the bells and drums, strings and wind instruments, each one a thread in the grand tapestry of what I like to call the universal heartbeat, the rhythm that unites us all. Sound is vibration. Every note, every tone is a wave traveling through air, water, and even solid ground. When these waves meet our bodies, we literally vibrate with them. We call it resonance, like two hearts beating in sync. Imagine your body as an instrument in this grand cosmic orchestra. Each organ, each cell has its own frequency. When music aligns with those frequencies, something remarkable happens. A sense of harmony we feel in our bones and hearts. What if this resonance is a kind of universal heartbeat? One that ties our individual rhythms to the world around us? Bells and cymbals have long been treasured not just in mainstream spiritual traditions, but also within the hidden corridors of occult practice. Their pure, high-frequency tones are thought to cut through dense layers of mental and energetic clutter, almost like a portal to higher planes of awareness. In some esoteric teachings, the ringing of a bell can dispel negative energies or malevolent spirits, acting as a clarion call that realigns the vibrational field of both the individual and the surrounding environment. On a physical level, the resonance of bells and cymbals triggers a measurable shift in our brain waves, often moving us from stress-laden beta states to the calmer alpha range. But on a subtler, more occult level, each note is said to cleanse the auric field, gently recalibrating our chakras or energy centers, particularly the crown chakra, which connects us to the higher consciousness. Whether we are monks in a mountainside temple or everyday seekers yearning for clarity, this ritualistic chime can momentarily suspend ordinary thought and remind us of our cosmic inheritance. Ultimately, bells and cymbals serve as more than just musical instruments. They are like keys to an invisible door, ushering us into a realm where clarity, peace, and a touch of transcendence become possible. Whether you view these vibrations as sacred tools of the occult or simply as aids for mental focus, their power to reset both mind and body remains undeniable, and perhaps that in itself is a kind of magic. Have you ever felt your own heart quicken at the sound of a drum? Drums are the ancient echo of our most vital rhythm, the heartbeat. The low-frequency vibrations travel through our chests and settle into our bellies. It's a grounding force, a reminder that life itself pulses to a beat. In many esoteric traditions, the drum represents a profound connection to the earth's core, as though each strike taps into the hidden wellspring of primal energy. Research today shows that drumming can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even help with PTSD. But from an occult perspective, the drum's repetitive beat can induce a trance-like state, opening psychic pathways, facilitating spirit communication, and reconciling fragmented aspects of the self. It's as if the drum calls our fractured pieces back to one unified pulse, a universal heartbeat. Across shamanic practices, drums serve as a horse carrying practitioners across spiritual realms, grounding them in one world while bridging into the next. Ultimately, the drum echoes our original life force. The heartbeat that first announces our presence in the womb. Whether we seek to heal, to celebrate, or to embark on a spiritual journey, the drum's rhythmic call is universal, uniting us at the most fundamental level and reminding us that in the grand symphony of existence, we are all part of the same sacred rhythm. The vibration of strings feels so close to our own, almost as if they mirror the very chords of our soul. From the lute to the cello, these instruments have been woven into both ancient folklore and various other traditions, believed to channelize energies that resonate with the human emotional body. In certain esoteric teachings, the pluck of a string is said to bridge the subtle space between our physical heart and our astral or emotional layers, igniting feelings of love, longing, sorrow, and hope. In Indian classical music, the sitar resonates profoundly with the heart chakra, often used in sound healing to open pathways to compassion and emotional release. Occult practitioners might even say each string is tuned to a distinct cosmic frequency, aligning both performer and listener with universal currents of empathy. Perhaps that's why, when a violin weeps or a guitar sighs, we feel a surge of resonance within our own being. Our emotional heartbeat echoed in every note. In these moments, we remember that music itself can be an alchemy of healing. Strings hold a unique power to stir the human spirit, from the stirring anthems of ancient temples to the tender ballads that console lonely hearts. Beneath the melodies lies an undercurrent of mystic vibration, uniting the yearning soul with a deeper, universal harmony. Listen carefully and you might just hear the gentle hum of your own spirit singing back. Breath is life's first and last rhythm, a personal metronome. Wind instruments such as flutes, saxophones, didgeridoos draw on that fundamental act of inhaling and exhaling. In many esoteric traditions, the breath is revered as the carrier of vital energy, what yogis call prana and Taoists called ki or chi. Thus, when we play or listen to wind instruments, we are not just hearing notes, we are communicating with this very life force. Each exhale into a flute or didgeridoo becomes an act of creation, a subtle magic that reconnects us to the cosmic dance of existence. The didgeridoo's deep drone is said to expand the lungs and calm the mind, even improving respiratory health. Some occult perspectives liken its rolling hum to the voice of the earth, a grounding frequency that synchronizes our heartbeat with Gaia's own. Listening can feel like merging with Earth's slow, steady exhalation, a sonic embrace reminding us that we are part of the planet's grand heartbeat. Indeed, wind instruments often serve as gateways to altered states of awareness. A flute's gentle melody can clear mental fog, while a didgeridoo's vibrating drone can guide us into meditative depths. At their core, wind instruments remind us how precious and powerful each breath can be. Every note carries our intention, our emotion, and a subtle spark of our life force out into the world. Through these woodwinds, brass horns, and ancient didgeridoos, we learn that in breathing we create, and in creating we remember how intimately we are woven into nature's enduring song. Metal gongs and crystal bowls create what some call portals of sound. Their vibrations possess an almost timeless quality, like echoes rippling through both matter and spirit. In many esoteric circles, these instruments are believed to dissolve denser energies, allowing deeper introspection and even heightened psychic awareness. When you stand amidst these resonances, you can feel them traveling down your spine, stirring forgotten places within, as if unlocking hidden energetic codes you never knew existed. In sound therapy, each crystal bowl is often tuned to a specific chakra or energy center. This is believed to align energy centers and foster profound emotional release. Over centuries, gongs have been revered not only for their sonic majesty, but also for their capacity to cleanse the auric field, or even to call forth guiding spirits in certain mystical practices. With their broad range of frequencies, these instruments can feel like an ocean of sound washing over you, gently loosening knots of tension in both body and mind. It's a kind of alchemy where stress transmutes into stillness and ordinary awareness expands into something luminous. Beneath their ethereal tones, metal and crystal instruments remind us that sound is more than just vibration in air. It's a potent force capable of reshaping our internal landscapes. Whether you see them as conduits of higher realms or as scientifically rooted healing modalities, the experience is undeniably transformative. At their core, these instruments are cosmic tuning forks, harmonizing our human journey with a universal symphony that flows through all things. Given all we've learned so far about the qualities of musical instruments, their profound effects on our bodies and emotions, humanity has long taken these observations to heart. From ancient flutes hewn from the bone to modern synthesizers in electronic music, we've woven music into every facet of life. Generations across cultures have nurtured its magic, refining not just the instruments themselves, but also our very understanding of how music heals, inspires, and unites us. This discovery wasn't merely an artful curiosity. It was a doorway to the personal transformation. Through careful study and experimentation, our ancestors realized that each instrument carries its own unique power. Tones that steady the heart, rhythms that calm the mind, and melodies that stir the soul. Over millennia, these revelations formed the backbone of musical traditions worldwide. Each epoch, each culture, each new generation passed along fresh insights that shaped humanity's story, even as humanity shaped the music itself. Imagine what that means for anyone who picks up an instrument today. When you learn the history behind those strings, keys, or drum heads, when you grasp how past masters harnessed its power and how modern science validates its effects, you begin a journey towards discovering your own style. It's no longer just about practicing scales, it's about understanding the very soul of the instrument. In that moment, your musical path opens up in countless ways. Knowledge of an instrument's lineage and potential becomes a compass to your creative expression. It allows you to infuse a centuries-old tradition with your personal spark. And with that spark often comes success. Success on stages or in studios, within therapy rooms or intimate jam sessions. Yet success isn't a final destination. It's a journey that demands curiosity, humility, and respect for the craft. By honoring both the instrument's heritage and the resonance it creates within you, you not only attain success, but also learn to sustain it. This is the legacy of our musical inheritance, a living tradition shaped by countless visionaries, each contributing a note, a technique, or a revelation. Now it's your turn to add your voice, your heartbeat, to this ever-evolving symphony. When you pick up an instrument armed with knowledge of its past, the awareness of its power, and the dedication to make it your own, you step into a legacy that's both ancient and utterly new. In doing so, you continue humanity's timeless dance with music, ensuring its magic endures and transforms lives for centuries to come. As we conclude today's journey, take a moment to reflect on your relationship with music. Have you ever thought about the history behind that guitar you strum or the drum you tap along to? Or considered what the very first note you played on an instrument meant in the grand tapestry of human musical evolution? Each beat and melody is rooted in a powerful lineage, one that holds infinite potential for your own creativity and personal growth. In our previous episode, we discovered how humanity crafted the earliest instruments to mimic the sounds of nature. Today, we explored the special qualities of these instruments, how they resonate with our bodies, minds, and spirits, and how people across time have cherished and refined them. Next time on Melodic Mysteries, we'll take an even deeper dive into how different cultures across the globe brought music into every corner of life, from grand royal courts to humble village gatherings. We'll uncover what inspired them to invent, adapt, and transform musical styles, how dynasties influence genres, and how those influences continue to echo in the music we celebrate today. Ever wondered why certain scales or rhythms instantly transport you to a different part of the world? Or how music became an indispensable part of ceremonies, storytelling, and even governance? You won't want to miss our upcoming episode where we unveil the cultural tapestry that shaped music as we know it. In the meantime, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your most personal musical experiences or the instrument that speaks deepest to your soul in the comment section below. Let's build a community of curious minds, each of us exploring the harmonious legacy that continues to evolve in our hands. If you like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest episodes. Share this video with fellow music lovers who might be just as curious about the musical bond between humanity and its instruments. Thank you for joining me on Melodic Mysteries. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and let the universal heartbeat of music guide you on your own remarkable journey.